Peace. Um, the punishment for the thieves. Um, we read in the reading. Uh, to me, this is something that is for Muhammad's period. It's restricted to his time period. Um, whatever, whatever, whatever was going on in society, it must have been a big. Wasn't a, it might not have been a really big issue, but it has been some form of an issue. You know what I mean? Thievery and stuff. So, and it was something to, you gotta understand, like, first and foremost, the the instructions of the reading is also to eliminate certain superstitions that Muhammad and his people had before, and to curse whatever ills in their society. Um, so we will start with 1777. The way it was done for those we sent before you of our messengers, and you won't find a change to the way it is done by us. Now, the way it is done, that is the word sunnah, right? The sunnah is a method or something. You know what I mean? So it is the way that God deals with things. This is what the sunnah is, the way God deals with things. So, the sunnah of God does not change. This will also have to mean when it comes to theft. Now, we will read in 538. And the thief, male and female, cut off their ID, it's translated as hand, as a reward for what they earn, as a punishment from God, and God is mighty wise. And in 539, but whoever repents after his or her wrong and make right, then God will be lenient to him or her, him/her. God is forgiving, merciful. The reason why I say him/her, is because that pronoun is he, and he is singular male. But the he singular male is referring to the male and the female, because that's who's being talked about. Okay. Now, if we go through the reading and we see, like, for example, in the case of CM means abstinence, to abstain from, right? So when God says to Muhammad, his followers, that the CM was mandated on them, it was mandated on them, on those before them. You look through the reading and you see who did a CM. You go through Mary, the mother of Jesus, right? She did a CM. What was her CM? She could not speak to the people. The day she brought Jesus to the people, she couldn't speak to them. So, in that case, that means that the CM means not to speak. So, when we come to this death, the male and female thieves, you look in the reading, you see who stole something, or supposedly stole something, and what was the punishment, since the way it is done by God does not change. We looked in 1274, and we're going to do 1275, the story of Joseph and his brother, where Joseph planted the item of theirs into the baggage of the one brother, right? And it was presumed to be said that he stole something. So in 1274, they said, meaning Joseph's people said, so what is the reward for it if you are liars? And then in 1275, the brothers of Joseph said, they said the reward for it is whoever bag it's found in, then he is the reward for it. That's how we reward the wrongdoers. So, as we see, the way that it was done then, and you understand that Joseph and their brothers, their father is Jacob, who was a messenger of God. You know what I mean? So, he would give them the sunnah of God. And what's the reward? The reward is that the brother had to stay behind. He had to stay behind, pretty probably to it will have the mental to work it off. You know what I'm saying? So when God says cut off the yed means hand, forearms. It means power, assistance, resources. I mean, you know what I mean. So if you look at it, it would be the male and the thief, male and female, cut off their resources. So they are whatever they are the reward for it. So they have to work it off, right? Until they make it right. Right? Boom. Now if you look at what it says cut the hand, the Sunnis would say, oh, where do you cut it from? Do you cut the wrist? Do you cut here? This is what the hadith is for, whatever. But if you look at the term when they say cut the hand, God would say to, because in 5:6 it says, "O you who trust, when you come to these commitment, these salah, wash your faces and your hands to the elbow." It says hands to the elbow. So God can say, cut the hand at the wrist, or cut the hand to the forearm, or cut the hand to the... God could have said that. So this let me know that it is not referring to actually cutting the hand, but making that person be the reward, the punishment for the death, right? But it says if they repent, right? But whoever repents after his wrong and make right, his or her wrong and make right, why would you cut their hand? But if they repent and make right, that doesn't make any sense. So as you can see, the story of Joseph explains what is the penalty of death. It is that you become the penalty. The person who stole it has to either work it off or do some way to accommodate for the stealing of whatever item that was. Peace.